Hello friends, welcome back to my channel and please welcome to the series of videos where I'm going to discuss about Power Automate expressions and functions. Power Automate expressions are formula that combine functions, variables and operators to create dynamic values, perform data manipulations, control logic within a flow. So they allow you to perform actions like formatting date, then converting data types, manipulating the strings and even running the mathematical calculations, which makes your flow more flexible and powerful beyond the built-in action. Expressions are written in the workflow definition language and are used in conditions and actions and even in triggers. So now let's understand how to use these functions by using a specific business case study and a proper business data and extract the information or manipulate the information or calculate the information to get the outcome. And my suggestion is to watch each video to understand the topics in a well manner, and then it will help you to the next level. In this video, I'm going to explain how to use a function substring. This function is equivalent to mid function in Excel. If you are familiar with mid function, this is as simple as that. Now I'm going to use a proper business data for this. This is the data I'm going to use. I have a column invoice ID, and this column is having values which is combination of several items. For example, 3 characters pertaining to department. The next 4 characters are pertaining to year, then month, then city, then the serial number of the invoice. I want to split them into separate columns like department, year, month, etc. And even I want month not 12, but I want December. And accordingly other cells I want to add the value. So here I'm going to use the substring function. So let me jump into my flow, add a new flow, and it is going to be an instant cloud flow. Then I need to give a name, substring expressions. We are going to learn, other than substring, few more functions: format, datetime, concat, nthIndexOf. But the real focus is on substring. But along with that, other functions also to be added so that you will get a proper business case scenario, and then accordingly you can understand the function in a better way. So now let me add a new action. So here I need to pull the records from the table because I have created a table. And one more important thing you need to keep in mind: whenever you are using a OneDrive file as an Excel, the file content, whatever the data you want to use in Power Automate to create a flow, it has to be in a tabular form. Now this is already a table and it has a name invoices, and this data is already shared to you as a link in the description so that you can download and follow along with me. And the file name is substring Power Automate invoice case. So now I need to pull the data from this Excel file. So I need to add a new action and I need to go to Excel related operations or Excel related actions. In the Excel, select one action called list rows present in a table. And this is asking to provide some parameters. First, the location. Since I'm using OneDrive and I have kept my file in OneDrive, the location will be by default OneDrive for Business. Then document library is OneDrive. Then file will be in a specific folder. I have kept that in a folder called Power Automate. Then I need to find the file called substring Power Automate invoice case. And inside that, I need to pick up the table. The table name is invoices. In this Excel, I have 2 tables, but my focus is on invoices. So with that, now this will pull all records or all the items or all the rows in the table and will capture it in a JSON format. And then I need to work with each and every row separately. So I need to use a loop here. So for that, I need to add a new action that is available inside the built-in tools. Under control, I'm selecting apply to each. There I have select an output from the previous step. I need to pull from the list rows present in a table as a dynamic content. So here as a power icon, if I just select it, or if I just select a slash, then also insert a dynamic content, that will provide me the list of dynamic content available, where the list of rows present in a table, the body value, all the list of items. Within that apply to each, I need to do certain actions. So here I could have updated the records within the table directly but I want to explain this function in a much more better way using the compose, and I want to show you the result as well. So that I'm using the new action, and the action is composed from the data operations connector, and then the input will be a function. So let me select a function, then I need to use substring and select it and open the bracket. Now you can see the IntelliSense is showing what exactly is required and what need to be done. The parameters are 3, our arguments are 3. You need to provide a text which is a string, and then the start index is integer. You have to provide a number where from your text is starting, and how many characters after that you want, and everything is required here. So you need to provide all of them. So whenever you select that particular item, it will show whether it is required or not, or optional. So here I need to provide the text. The text is there inside my apply to each action, because apply to each action will provide me one by one all the rows. I need to go to the dynamic content. I need to find the option called apply to each. Under that, the dynamic content current item, row by row. Inside that, I need to provide the column name, invoice ID. It is case sensitive, and since I'm familiar with this particular column name, I'm just typing it. Otherwise, you need to be familiar with the column name, comma. Now I need to provide number where from this value starting. So here, this is the first 3 characters, and in Power Automate, the indexing is not like 1, 2, 3, 4. It is actually 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So in Excel, we start from 1, but in Power Automate, we need to start from 0. So in such case, what happens? The third value will be considered as a 2, and first value will be considered as 0. Since it is starting from beginning, starting point is 0, and then I want 3 characters. Now if I just press add, so this will be added to my input, and now I can test it. For that, I need to save it, test it manually, then continue, run the flow, and done. Now it is going to pull all the data from the list rows in present. Once it is done, it is giving me the value for each row. So first record is finance, the second row is again finance, third row is HRM, and fourth row is ops, and accordingly you can see the values. Now you can use these values and append inside the Excel file, but not really necessary, since I wanted to explain you in a much easier and simpler way. So compose will help us to understand that better as an outcome. Once we are confirmed with it, we can append this data into our Excel file. Now let us pull out the year value. So I need to find out the year. So year is starting from 4th character, but here we have to consider that as a 3rd character, and then number of characters are 4. Same substring function. So let me add next compose. Here you can add a next action, or you can add a parallel action. So commonly everyone uses next action, but I'm showing you how to add a parallel action. So just go to that plus above the compose, and then right click on it, and you can see add parallel branch. Then select again from the data operations. This will give an action in the right side. So it is always better to name your actions in a proper way. So this first compose is substring depart. The second one is substring year. So here I need to go to the input, and then I need to select the function, and then the function name is substring. So here I need to go to the dynamic content. Again, I need to pick up the apply to each current item. Then I need to pick up the column name, invoice ID, then comma. Year is starting from 4th character, which I need to consider as 3, and then number of characters are 4, and that's it. And then if I click on add, and now let me save it and test it. Now let me go to compose substring year. You can see it is giving the value as a text. So you need to make a note whenever you are using substring function and you pull any number, even that number will be considered as a text. So obviously you need to, if at all you want to use that as a number, you need to convert it into integer. That you will understand in the next function. In the next step, let us make it little more complicated. If I look at my data, I have a string value where I have 12. That is a month. 12 is equal to December. 10 means October and September. So I want the month in the form of December or September, not as a number. So for that I need to pull the year, month and date. Currently date is not there, so we'll take one as a date and then we can convert into a month value. So for example, if I want to explain this, so I need to pick up the 2024, then add one hyphen, then 12, then hyphen, then 1, and this I can convert into a month value using other functions. So let me jump into Power Automate. Now add another parallel action, that is the data operations again, and compose, and let me jump into functions. Then I need to first pull substring of the dynamic content current item. Then I need to make sure that I have picked up the right column, invoice ID. So since here is a third character and number of characters are 4, that comma, and then I need to give a hyphen in between, and then again substring, then again current item, and then it has to be invoice ID, comma, so 8 character. Since it's a 9th character, so we need to consider the 8th character, and number of characters are 2, comma, again one hyphen, comma, 1. Now this need to be concatenated. So now you have to use the concat function, then open bracket, close the bracket at the end. Now this will give me date value as a string. So let me click on add. Let me save and test and see what exactly is happening. So you can see this is coming as 2024-12-1. So obviously I can now use this to get my month values. I need to go back to the function again. There I need to write the further expression on top of it, that is format date time, and when I open the bracket it is asking me give me a string and then give me the format string, that is month or year or date, and then give me local, United States or English UK or English Spanish, whatever the language, but we need not give that, that is optional. So I'm just adding only the format month. Why capital N? Because in the timestamp you have month as well as minute in Power Automate scenario. So minute will be considered small m, since month is to be considered as a capital M, I need to add capital M, and then let me update it, let me save it and test it. Now that is going to give you the monthly. Finally, I need to update the Excel file with all these compose output values. In Excel, I have few columns which are empty. Currently, department, year, month and serial number. I need to get these values from these outputs of each compose. So now let me add a new action within the loop itself. After this compose substring department, then I need to go to the Excel Online Business connection, and then I need to go to option called update a row. There I need to select the location. By default it is OneDrive for Business, since it is a OneDrive file. Document library will be OneDrive, and the file will be the same file where I need to update from where I took the data. The file name is substring Power Automate invoice case, and then table will be invoices, key column, which is the unique column. Here invoice ID is the unique column, so which I need to take, that is invoice ID, and then key value from apply to each I need to pick up. So I need to just go to dynamic content current item and then invoice ID. Now I need to click on advanced parameters, show all, and add values to those columns where currently the columns are empty. Department, it will be the dynamic content. Now what happens, only when I click on this dynamic content, I'll get only the output for compose substring department, because that is only connected here. Others are not connected. So what I need to do, select this particular action, go to settings, and then you can see run after and select all the actions. That means this will only run once these actions are finished and they are now connected, so that you will get the outputs as a dynamic content into this action. So now let me select, and then I can go to, first I'll go to the department, dynamic content, that is substring department. Year will be substring year. It was not coming earlier, now it is there. Then month will be substring month. Then finally serial number will be serial number. I didn't work on region, so I need not update this as of now. And then I need to save and then test manually and test it. And let me run the flow and let me wait here whether the data is getting updated or not. And now you can see one by one each and every row is getting updated.